everybody, Fiber Spider back again in the kitchen with another tasty video for you. And today we are going to be making bread pudding. Yep. For those of you that are not familiar with bread pudding, it's sort of like, picture this. If French toast and a quiche had a love child. There you go. That is essentially bread pudding. It's really tasty. It's very, very, very simple and quick because we are going to be making a single serving of bread pudding, which is very appealing to me because I've been on a bread making kick as of late, making it just about every week. Now, as far as getting through all of that bread on my own or sharing it with others, etc., yeah, and inevitably I end up having a little bit left over after a couple of days, and it's not as fresh as one would like. Well, this recipe is perfect for that, for reviving that little bit of bread and making it into something really, really tasty. Yep, and it's so quick because we're going to be using the microwave. Yeah, so buckle up, let's get started. Hello again. All right, so I have some leftover bread here. Now you're probably thinking this looks a lot different than the bread from my initial basic bread video. And it is, because I did make some slight adjustments. It's the basic loaf of sandwich bread in the loaf pan. So what I did was, before baking, after the second proof, before baking, I did an egg yolk wash over the top of it. And then, instead of doing the entire loaf at 350 for 10 minutes, I had this at 425. Then after about 10 minutes, and it was really golden, then I reduced the heat down to about 350 for about 20 minutes or so. And it looks gorgeous. And now we're going to be destroying it and turning it into bread pudding. So just a quick update regarding the bread. And it's so gorgeous. Love it. So we only need about 1 cup of bread. So I'm going to go with the end here and just take off the heel, if you will. And you can cube the bread. I think that tearing it is perfectly acceptable. And I just need 1 cup. And then after that, we will get into the wet ingredients. Yeah, actually, the other half of this loaf, I had given to one of my neighbors, and she was saying that apparently I missed my calling, and she was really impressed with it. And I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally have discovered the wonderful world of baking. Yes, I still rather enjoy crocheting and knitting and so forth, yes, but there's just something so gratifying and satisfying about making your own food. Well, better late than never, right? All right, so yes, this is almost 1 cup. I'm just going to do a tiny itty bitty little sliver. So yeah, in essence, if you have sort of the end of a loaf of bread and you feel guilty about throwing it away, well, you don't have to with this recipe. And of course, you can tweak it to make, a double serving, etc., etc. Okay, that is more than enough. I'm going to have this to eat myself. All right, so get yourself a nice shallow bowl. Another thing that you can totally use is a large mug, like a soup mug. I've done that a number of times. So I'm going to put this to the side over here. Okay. So, got a nice, single serving size of bread here. Now, for the wet ingredients, okay, going to need milk, 1 egg, some vanilla extract, and yeah, we will be essentially set. Oh, and some sugar as well. So let's get to that too. All right, so first things first, going to need about 1/3 of a cup of milk. Now, prior to this, I've used half and half, but I figure that regular milk should work just fine. So, 1/3 of a cup. And this is whole milk, by the way. I imagine that 2% would work just fine. So then we add our egg. Get in there. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we go. Get a nice little flavor going on there. And about 2 tablespoons of sugar. Roughly speaking. All right. Give this a good whisk. All right, perfect. And then just pour it on top. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Give it a slight mix, making sure that all of your bread is nice and soaked. And there is a fair amount of liquid, but the bread really does soak it up. You know, you could even let it sit for a minute or two just for the liquid to really soak in there. Yeah, I think we just about got that. All right, and last but not least, the pièce de résistance. Chocolate chips. Yes, I have a few of these left over. I have some mini chocolate chips. Now you can put them on before or after you bake. I like to put them on before so that they get melty, you know. And just a liberal sprinkling. Voila. And now for the microwave. This is so easy, you know, I mean, even I could do this, you know, it's fabulous. So I'm gonna pop this into the microwave for a minute, and then going to continue the process with bursts of 30-second intervals until it is completely cooked. You know, I mean, it can be soft and squishy, but you want it to be cooked, you know, because we are dealing with an egg here. So let's get this in the microwave. And so, yeah, we're going to start with 1 minute and, you know, work our way from there. And, yeah, you know, now other variations that you could do. You could sprinkle on some cinnamon and sugar. Another idea that I had was perhaps do sort of like a coffee cake crumble on top with brown sugar and butter. Really tasty. Dried fruit, fresh fruit, you know, you name it. Or maybe a confectioner's sugar and milk drizzle, one of those icing drizzles. Oh my goodness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to do my baking in the microwave. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna do another a 30-second burst and quite possibly another 30-second burst just to make sure that it is completely cooked, and then we shall do the reveal. All right, so I had it in for a minute, checked on it, gave it another 30 seconds. It was still a little bit runny, so I gave it another 30 seconds. This should be it. So let's take a look. Yeah, I think we are there, just about. Ta-da! You know, I mean, when you tilt it, if it's not, you know, running and doing weird things, you know, I mean, it's staying put, you know, it has baked together, which is really nice. So, that being said, I'm gonna let this cool for a minute because I do not wish to burn my face off upon eating it. So I'm gonna let this cool down just a little bit, and then we are gonna do the taste test. I'll see you in a bit. All right, so now for the moment of truth. Bon appetit to me. So I'm gonna start, actually I'm gonna start with around the center, because it is hopefully a little bit cooler. And also we can see, has it cooked properly? Yes, it has. Always reassuring. Bon appetit. Mmm. Oh, that's hot still. Be careful. Really good. It's rich. It's satisfying. It is sweet. Not too sweet, okay? It is not too sweet, in spite of the 2 tablespoons of sugar, as well as the chocolate chips, which are optional. Really good. This is very satisfying. I have to have another bite, excuse me. Oh, this is so satisfying. This is an awesome example of comfort food because it is really simple, it's really quick, it's very satisfying, and personally, okay, I've had this for breakfast, okay? I think it's perfectly acceptable. It has bread and eggs and milk, you know? Yeah, you know, if you omit the chocolate chips, okay, perhaps it's a little bit more legitimate as far as a breakfast food. Okay, well, what about Belgian waffles? I mean, come on. But seriously, this is absolutely awesome. It's a great way to use up some leftover bread, a couple of staples around the kitchen, and boom, you're good to go. The microwave timing, it was only about 2 minutes total. And as far as the prep, it was just a few minutes. What could be simpler? So if you want a really tasty snack, you know, in a pinch, boom, you're good. So have you made bread pudding before? If you have, was it one of those recipes where it was in this huge casserole dish that it took up an entire loaf? Or was it something more akin to this? What were your results? You know, I'm always interested in your input and your feedback, most definitely, because that is how we all learn and grow as creative people. Yeah, so let me know what you think. And as always, you know what to do, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay making fabulous, tasty things in the kitchen. You have a great day. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.